Hello and welcome to Pompey Talk in partnership with Jan Leap. My name is Mark McMahon and join me in the studio today to discuss Pompey's 2-0 victory against Colchester is new Chief Sports Writer Neil Allen. Neil, welcome. Nodded ahead as well, thank you very much. So that's Pompey finally up and running, but they had to work for that victory on Saturday.
Yeah, they have to be patient, of course. As we've seen a lot of the times at Pompey at Fratton Park, it's difficult to break sides down. Colchester very disappointing. We thought approaching the game it might be a good match. The fact that they're second in the league, had a good start to the season, but they barely left their half. They decided to go on the back foot and retreat and hit Pompey in the occasional counter-attack, and it made for a frustrating game yet again. The fans are used to that. But finally Pompey made the breakthrough when Paul Cook changed the system.
How important was that double substitution? You're talking about Connor Chaplin and Noel Hunt coming on.
Well, first of all, the introduction of Connor Chaplin in the Fratton end, mainly we're chanting for his introduction. So straight away he comes on, it lifts the crowd, which was important to get that energy into the team, which he brings as well. And also he played two up front, which a lot of fans have been calling for, with him and Hunt up front. And it took a while to make too much of an impact, but Chaplin's involved in the second goal, and what a ball it was from him as well. And straight away, it just changed things, and Pompey had the win.
Paul Cook has since admitted that he needs to maybe play more offensively, 4-4-2 at home. Is that not something that he discussed already in the summer and something that fans had already been asking for?
He's not 4-4-2. He's said that they like to play the diamond at home, which is what he played on Saturday as well. So Doyle was at the base, you had Rose on the left, Baker on the right, Roberts behind the two strikers. So he's playing with two strikers. Now the issue with that is that when Pompey did play that system, it made them more open and more susceptible for attacks. Ford was brought into action for the first time in the 70th minute with a shot, and late on he made a really good double save. So suddenly Pompey are surrendering all the possession they had previously, but they do look more likely to score. So it's finding that balance. But from doing that, from the introduction of Chaplin, they got the win, when really they were lacking ideas, lacking inspiration. And obviously Roberts came to the fore as well. Is
that a tactic that he might even use away from home too? Because again, the season's results haven't exactly been... Yeah,
he said away from home he prefers the 4-2-3-1 because it did so well last year. But as you say, a draw at Crewe and a loss at Morecambe has not been so good. So we'll see about how he adapts to that one as well. But Fratton Park is just frustrating seeing sides come in to sit deep, especially sides such as Colchester who are having a decent season.
Just how defensive were Colchester in the end then?
They just had no attempt. They just kept hitting Pompey in the break. That's all they're interested in. It was bizarre, really. It was really frustrating. And Paul Cook and Gary Roberts both said we've watched videos of them all week. The main striker Porter, they put him to the bench and they just went more defensive. They had just no intention, which makes it frustrating.
Yeah, and there was obviously a lot of criticism for Paul Cook before the game as a result of the Morecambe result. Just what were the fans like then over the course of the game?
Well, it's interesting because social media, you can look at social media and get an inaccurate view of Pompey fans' feelings, because during the game, obviously Pompey needed to win that game. It was a big game for them to win, but during the game the fans were fantastic. Stuck by them, not chuntering, no boos, no frustration. They stuck by the team throughout. And you sort of do think the social media views, are they warped? Are they quite what fans going to the games are really seeing? And the fans were great, and obviously winning at the end of the game helps, but he stuck with the team throughout and he didn't get disjointed and he didn't get impatient either from the sport.
Okay, and one key omission from the squad was Michael Smith. What was the reason behind that, and what impact could that have on him?
Well, he's not played well. First 3 games he started in the league, and he carried the can for that. A lot of fans wanted him out, quite rightly so, because he's not done it. So suddenly he's out the squad, and he's a quiet lad, he's a confidence player, so it'll hit him, no doubt about it. But Cook had to try something. May's done well coming off the bench in the league, and also scored starting a game at Coventry in the Cup, so he was given his chance. So it's now up to Smith to get back in the side, but it was the right call. And you can't have 3 strikers on the bench for me personally, so he had to leave the squad. Yeah. If he plays 2 up front though, it brings him back in the equation, doesn't it?
Yeah, and Kyle Bennett obviously started as well. How did he do on his first game back at Fratton Park?
Well, he played the last game there at Morecambe as well, but he was okay. But you've got him and Laukovic there vying for that position. So Baker was disappointing, and Pompey weren't firing. It wasn't the best performance by any means, but they had to get a win, and that's what they got. Not the best performance, but they got the win, and that's crucial now. 4 games in, they've now got the 3 points.
I'm have to mention Gary Roberts too. He's admitted himself, Pompey fans haven't seen the best of him. Could this be a key moment for him, those 2 goals?
Yeah, again, he wasn't his best, but he makes things happen. He won the penalty, entirely down to him. He charged him in the box, an awful challenge from the substitute that had been come on for Colchester, and he got the penalty and then scored from it. It's changed the game. And marvellous ball from Chaplin for the 2nd goal, and Roberts did the rest. That's what he gives you. You can change matches, you can score goals. He gave Pompey the inspiration, purely down to him for that 1st goal. And that's what happens. So he's so important. And you look at him, again, he's a player that gets criticised from fans, but so far in the 4 games, he's got 2 goals and 2 assists. If you include assist for his own for the penalty. So that's what happens with him, and he was actually the best of the attacking 4 players on Saturday, even before the goals. So you've got to have him in there and around there because you know what he can create.
Okay, thanks for your thoughts, Neil. You'll be watching Pompey Talk in partnership with Jan Leap. We'll see you all again soon. Goodbye.